Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dive right into some really practical, hands-on strategies for creating a classroom that feels welcoming and inclusive for every child. And that includes our kids on the autism spectrum.
Okay, let's just start with a number that kind of puts this whole conversation into perspective. According to the CDC, we're looking at about 1 in 31 8-year-olds identified with autism spectrum disorder. Just let that sink in for a second.
So, what does that number actually mean for you in your classroom day in and day out? It means that understanding how to support autistic kids is no longer some kind of special skill for just a few teachers. Nope. It's now a fundamental, absolutely essential part of the job of being ready for every single child that walks through your door.
Okay, so where do we even begin? It can feel a little overwhelming, right? Well, there's a really powerful framework that can help. It's called the pyramid model, and it gives us a solid foundation for supporting the social and emotional growth of, and this is the key part, all children. Not just some, but all of them.
So what is the pyramid model? Well, at its core, it's all about prevention. It's a framework that's built on practices that we know work. Things like creating a really supportive, engaging classroom and, building strong relationships. The whole goal is to give every single child what they need to thrive, so we can stop those challenging behaviors before they even have a chance to start.
And this leads us to a really, really big idea, a fundamental shift in how we think. And it's this: all behavior is communication, every single bit of it. So when a child throws a toy, they're not just misbehaving, they're trying to tell us something. They could be saying, "I need help," or "I am so overwhelmed right now," or maybe "I just don't know how to ask for a turn." Our job is to become a bit of a detective and figure out the real message behind that action. And this is where that mindset shift really comes into play. You can see it right here. It's the difference between that uh-oh reaction we sometimes have, right? That thought of, he knows what to do, he just won't do it, and moving to a yes mindset, where we think, you know what, he might just need more practice. I can help him. That simple shift, it changes absolutely everything about how we show up and respond. All right, so we've got this awesome supportive framework in mind. Now let's get really practical. Let's talk about some specific strategies that are super effective for autistic learners, and really for building those crucial connections with them. The first step is really just trying to see the world from their perspective. For a lot of autistic kids, the classroom can be, a total sensory minefield. The bright lights, the constant noise, and unexpected touch, it can all be completely overwhelming. They really thrive when things are clear and predictable, and sometimes those social rules that seem obvious to us, like how to join in a game, need to be taught very, very directly. Just making small adjustments with this in mind can make a world of difference, a huge difference. So, you're probably thinking, okay, what can I actually do in my classroom tomorrow? Here are 5 really powerful keys to connection. First, give them space and keep things calm. Respect that personal bubble and maybe dim the lights during quiet time. It's a small thing, but it helps. Second, use super clear language. Instead of a vague, "let's clean up," try "put the red blocks in the bin." Say exactly what you mean. Third, write it down or show it. Visuals are your best friend. A picture schedule, a little checklist. These things make transitions so much smoother. Fourth, offer fewer choices. Instead of "what do you want to play with?" which can be overwhelming, try "do you want the blue car or the red train?" 2 clear options. And number 5, be predictable. A consistent routine with a heads up before things change, that's how you build a sense of safety and trust. Okay, let's shift gears now to something that is so important, but let's be honest, it can also be one of the most challenging parts of our jobs. And that's partnering with families, especially when you start to have some concerns about a child's development. So, you've been noticing some things. Maybe a child isn't making much eye contact, or they have some very specific, repetitive behaviors. And that little voice in your head starts asking, how on earth do I bring this up with a parent without overstepping, without making them defensive? Here's the most important thing to remember. You are a key observer. You're a supportive partner. You are not a diagnostician. Your role is simply to share what you see, not to put a label on it. And doing this well requires a really thoughtful, supportive approach. So first, just observe and document. Write down the specific, objective things you see. Not, "he has sensory issues," but "I've noticed during circle time he often covers his ears and hums." See the difference? Then schedule a private meeting. You want it to feel collaborative, not like a confrontation. When you sit down, start with the child's strengths, always. Then share your observations using that "I've noticed" language. And then, and this part is so crucial, just listen. Hear their perspective. Validate how they're feeling. This can be incredibly hard news for a parent to hear.
And finally, your job is to be a connector. Suggest they chat with their pediatrician. Give them info on community supports. You're basically building a bridge for them. You're not delivering a verdict.
Really, your entire approach can be guided by this one simple idea. Think of it as your mantra. It is not my role to diagnose, but to support and connect. If you let that be your guide, it really empowers you. You can act in the child's best interest while also respecting the family and your own professional boundaries. It's the perfect balance.
You know, let's just pull back for a second and look at the big picture, because what you do in these small moments and every single day, it has this incredible ripple effect, an impact that goes so far beyond the walls of your classroom.
I mean, the research on this is just astounding. There's a direct line from the social skills a child has in kindergarten to their success throughout life. Kids who learn how to share, how to cooperate, how to help each other, they're more likely to graduate high school, get a college degree, hold down a good job. Think about that. You're not just teaching the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. You are literally building the foundation for a person's entire flourishing life. And this just shows you what's possible. Just listen to this. From a preschool teacher who started using these kinds of approaches, she said, "My student with the most challenging behavior, when he would first walk in, he would start hitting. To now, where first thing he walks in is he starts hugging. So just a huge transformation." Wow, that right there, that's the power of what happens when you, the educator, feel connected, confident, and competent in what you're doing.
So, as we wrap things up here, I just want to leave you with one final thought to carry with you into your day. Because really, at the end of the day, it all comes down to relationships. So, my question for you is, what is one relationship you can strengthen tomorrow? Maybe it's taking an extra minute to really connect with a specific child. Or maybe it's making that supportive, gentle phone call to a parent. It could even be just checking in with a colleague. Whatever it is, remember that every single one of those connections you build makes a huge difference.